Hello, everybody. My name is Emily with the Rising Stars Football Academy, and we are back for another installment of Hashtag Feature Friday, a segment dedicated to featuring different student athletes and their experiences with our camps and combines. Today, we have Zack Manning. He's a senior at Shippensburg High School in Shippensburg, PA. Zack is a two-time team captain and a three-year starter at quarterback for the Greyhounds. He has thrown for almost 3,000 passing yards and accounted for 33 total touchdowns in his shortened high school career. QB Hit List, a quarterback recruitment service, ranked Zack the fifth best quarterback in Pennsylvania, and we are so lucky to get to speak with him. So thanks for joining us, Zack. How's it going?
I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So I guess we'll dive right in here with your relationship with us, the Rising Stars Football Academy. So what grade were you in when you first started attending our camps and combines?
So I was going into my fourth grade, so it had been the summer before. And actually, the kind of nice thing about this camp was it kind of made me like football because, my dad was a baseball guy, so he always wanted me to play baseball, but I really wasn't into it that much. So I didn't even play a season of football before I went to this camp. So it kind of taught me all the fundamentals and basic stuff I need for the upcoming fall.
And what's one thing, since you are a senior, what's one thing, maybe like your favorite memory at our camps or our combines, or maybe talking with our coaches and our, all your teammates that come to these camps? Like, what's one thing that really sticks out?
Uh, Definitely just being able to meet other players from different schools, just kind of hearing their experiences and see how their kind of stuff goes, and just being able to learn from each other because at camp, I mean, it's a week long, so you definitely get to talk to them a lot, get to know them pretty well within that week.
And what will you miss most about, our camps and combines?
I miss the fact that it was a week long, so and that week was just football because of the overnight stay in the final years of at least when I was available to go. The overnight stay, you really get to talk to the coaches and the players and just get to know them a lot better. And that's probably what I'll miss the most.
And just out of curiosity, because you are a senior, our last spring we weren't able to have our camps or any of our combines. So were you going to attend camp before your senior year?
Oh, absolutely. I was definitely excited. I was kind of bummed out when COVID hit and I wouldn't be able to go.
Yeah, I think all of us were,
Mhm.
disappointed, but it is what it is at this point. But, you are a football guy, but like you said, your dad played baseball and you played basketball. So how is like our sporting camps different from maybe other, camps that you may have attended in the past?
So I mentioned a little earlier, the overnight stay was kind of the thing that stuck out to me the most. I know I went when it wasn't overnight, but definitely when it started becoming like you can stay overnight, that really intrigued me because I just love football. And so just being able to have just kind of the whole entire week just to be able to focus on that to get better with other players, and be able to compete, that was really what stuck out to me.
Best part of our camp is not just your on the field and your football development, but we really have a focus on your educational and your leadership skills. So, through our camps and our combines, did the student athlete development seminars and other workshops that we help put on, help you in learning about maybe your educational requirements or, if you want to play in college or maybe scholarship opportunities, learning about the recruitment process, things like that? Did those workshops help?
Absolutely. Like I said, I was when I came into the camp going into my fourth grade year, um, I didn't play football before, but hearing Coach Johnson's story for the first time, that really emphasized grades for me and that I really needed to be good at school to be able to get into college. So that stuck out to me. And with the programs that are in the evenings after the camp during the day, is, it kind of taught me about the recruiting process because it's complicated if you don't understand it. So it kind of, gave me a path to what I had to do and made sure that I chose the right school.
Hmm. And is there anything else that you'd like to say that you learned during these developmental components at camp? Maybe a guest speaker that might have come one night that you were really intrigued by.
Mhm. So I'm not sure who was the speaker, but it was about nutrition, and that was something that I really didn't watch what I ate. I'm getting a lot better at it, and I learned how to cook for myself, in the last year, so it made it a lot easier as well. But yeah, that the nutrition is definitely a big part because I'm not gonna be able to eat whatever I want for the rest of my life. It's gonna catch up at some point.
Absolutely. Yeah, especially in college. So look out for that. So obviously we've been hit by COVID and this pandemic, but what's really important about to us anyway, and especially to our campers, is staying motivated at your academic work, but also maybe doing workouts and football stuff at home. So
Mm.
what's been helping you be, motivated and stay motivated to keep pushing and, keep grinding to make sure that you're ready whenever, the next time you're stepping on the field comes?
Absolutely. So we're fortunate enough, Shippensburg University, it's pretty close to home. So using their fields and stuff just to throw whenever it was necessary, when it was safe, being able to just do some speed stuff by yourself, making sure you stay in shape and stay fit for the season. But our coaches also set up so each senior had like a group of kids to make sure, check in on them since we weren't able to do that in school. So we had a group of seniors zoomed with them and called them whatever was comfortable or whatever they was best. We did that and then made sure we just talked to them about expectations and keep reminding them that this season was they need to start focusing on that. It's going to come any second now.
Hmm. And you were, fortunate enough to play, I think, 7 games, right? Your
Mhm.
senior season. So how was it getting back on the field with your teammates?
Oh, it felt great. It was like a relief because we don't know. It was always up in the air during the summer. We were working out and stuff together as much as we could, and it was the season was up in the air. And just as soon as they said we could play, and even though it was 7 games, we were just happy to be able to play because that's all we wanted, especially the seniors.
Hmm. And is that, you're away from football for a little bit, but you finally get to play again for your senior year? Was there any like lost connection, or did you have to like re-gel with the team? Maybe doing like off-season workouts, maybe on Zoom, or maybe doing some leadership, seminars or whatever with your team?
Fortunately enough for us, it kind of just comes natural. We've known each other since we were young, played with each other since we were little, since fourth grade for me. So, we kind of just, already knew each other and their abilities and what we're really good at. And so we were able to benefit off that just by knowing each other and be able to have that team chemistry.
Hmm. And I know obviously you have a desire to play in college, and
Mhm.
the pandemic and COVID has really put a damper on a lot of people's abilities in their recruitment process. But if you were kind of going through that process before COVID hit, can you talk to me a little bit about that, and maybe after COVID, how it's kind of affected you?
So just communicating with coaches on Twitter was kind of the main thing before COVID. I really didn't get a chance to visit before COVID hit, sadly. So I didn't get to visit as many schools as what I would like. But whenever they opened them up for visits during COVID, I was able to go to some schools and, kind of experience that. So it was still good. And it was my only time ever in the recruiting process because I don't have any siblings.
Mm.
So, I kind of learned everything. Me and my dad and my mom learned everything just kind of from scratch. And that's the only way we knew. So I wouldn't say it was a struggle, but it definitely was challenging.
So how have you been able to stay so positive and optimistic in this challenging like recruitment process? It's not ideal that you're probably doing Zoom calls with coaches and, like you said, talking to them on Twitter, but it's not really the same as being able to step on campus and see what your future could look like. So how have you been able to stay so positive?
I just keep working every day to my goal. I know what I want to do. And the biggest thing for me that I always remind myself of is, control what you can control, and that's the best you can do. So just reminding myself that every day, keep working hard and keep doing what I'm doing. That's what's going to get me to my goal.
Hmm. Are there any colleges that you're looking at, and maybe like what would you like to study?
So Washington and Jefferson, Stevenson University, Wesley, they're just a few that I'm kind of interested in right now and probably going to make my decision here hopefully soon.
Oh,
And
good.
I'm looking this, yeah. So I'm looking to study mathematics, more specifically like actuary science, finance, something along those lines, because I've always been good at math and I enjoy it. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I have a job that I enjoy.
Well, what do you think that job might be if you're going to go majoring in math? What's the big plan?
So actuary science is kind of like you get numbers for like, for example, insurance companies, you give them numbers to kind of work off of to be able to have their prices and with them negotiating. So that's kind of what it is, the basic part
Nice.
of it anyways.
Well, I'm impressed that you actually, know what you want to do.
Mhm.
So obviously, opportunities often come when we least expect it. So what are you kind of doing to stay motivated and stay prepared to possibly play at that next level? Maybe some workouts or
Mhm.
doing, throwing drills with your teammates or anything like that?
Right. So fortunately, Powertrain Chambersburg is where I worked out at for the past 2 years now, and they're open right now. So I go there 3 times a week, and then days that I don't go there, I watch videos on YouTube all the time, just researching what's the best for me to become a better quarterback. So I'm just looking, making workouts for myself, trying to improvise the best I can.
Mhm. And we're going to end on, a really positive and maybe inspirational note. So, what advice would you give to any current junior high or high school football players who might be in your position or they want to play at the next level? What would you say to them?
So I was always told when I was playing, cherish this time because it's going to be the best time of your life. And they definitely were right. Now that it's over, I'm going to miss it. Really, really going to miss it. But, I have college to look forward to. And most kids out of high school, and they don't get that opportunity.
Mhm.
So just keep cherishing, keep working hard. And that's the best you can do. And if you do get that opportunity, they definitely would recommend because I think it's going to be a fun ride.
I agree. I definitely agree. Well, I'd like to thank you very much for taking the time to talk with me today and being a guest for our second installment of hashtag Feature Friday. All of us at the Rising Stars Football Academy are going to miss seeing you at camps, but we're so excited to see what you do next. And fingers crossed, we're going to be listening for your decision coming up. So good luck with everything in the future, and thank you so much for talking with me.
Absolutely. I really, really enjoyed the talk tonight. Thank you.